What's up, everybody? Good to see everyone. Hello, Apollo, and John O'Haver, and Kyle, and Michael, and Lan, and Jason. What's up, y'all? Hope you are doing well so far. Playing some Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater that I played so many times. Will be my first time playing it on the Master Collection. Should be interesting for sure. Wonder how we'll be voted on to take on the end. I want to look at something real quick. Go on. I'm trying to see if I can change the date on the settings. I can check it back. Let's see if it'll say like date and time. System maybe. Date and time. Sweet. I can set the date manually. Oh, really? Which one's Nugget? So I could change the date to 7 days later, and I still should be able to then fix it back later in case if we need to do old age for what it gets voted on for how we take on the end for the very first time. We'll definitely have that, so we can do that. That's what I thought. Wanted to double check though. Good to see everybody. Hope you are doing well. Hey, Chadley, what's up, buddy? How are you? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, man. Horizon Forbidden West. Ooh, Erasmus is going to be loving to hear that. Where did you see that, Nugget? Yeah, Chadley, how you been? Things calming down for you, I hope. I don't know, but man, it was good. We had a fun time watching The Exorcist. It was good. On Halloween. Good stuff. It was fun. We had a good time. Alright. Movie night was good. Sorry you couldn't make it. Bill. Fight. Was it fight? Early. I'm just. Yeah, terminated. And it seems like that stuff's a little harder to do now than it was way back when. Fingers crossed on. Fingers crossed on. See how that looks. State fight earlier. There's that. So gifted memberships, new memberships, or super chats, donations, whatever you want to call it. That'll go towards if you want to vote towards the end's fate, whereas we fight him normally, early fight. Hey, what's up, Gavin? Fight normally, or hit him early, or have him die of old age. Kind of fun thing that we kind of vote for as we play through this game. Get to determine what the end's fate will be the first time we play it. Yeah, Nugget, I just don't see it happening. I hope it does, though. That would be great. Just at this point, I don't see it happening. I might be wrong. I want to play Liza. That reminds me, I want to play Liza P at some point. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a sequel to that too. That should be fun. Hey, Sashi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Sashi, did someone give you a gift of membership there, or did you become a member? Hold on. Did someone gift you a membership, or did you do that? Is that on stream and I forgot? Lana does. Yeah, did you do that, or did someone gift that to you? I just don't remember. Or was it off stream? I'm just drawing a blank. I'm so sorry, but thank you either way. You did it? Or someone gifted it to you? You did it? Was it on stream? Was it off stream? Huh. Off stream. Well, Sashi. Sashi. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the Pudge 007 agency, my friend. Because of your willingness to serve, we can make this world a lot more fun place to live, one game at a time. Everybody give it up to Sashi. Bonus point. Hey, Juggernaut, what's up, buddy? Hey, bonus points. Bonus points. Sashi, that song that I just played, what is that to? Gavin, maybe so. Thank you, Sashi. Yeah, I was always like, I gotta welcome you in. I was like, I felt bad because I was like, I don't remember. So this is the beginning of the epic saga. It covers the events of both Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater. The man code named Naked Snake earned the title of Big Boss. Yep. How are you, Sashi? Nice. Hey, JG Media, what's up, buddy? North American European is not compatible with the Japanese. Well, I guess I'll do the North American version. So good. So good. Japanese version? I don't. All that's still in place. Hey, Leather Wolf, what's up? What's up? What's up? No, they didn't. It still says Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Juggernaut, what have you played on it so far? You don't need to be angry about that. That's not a big deal to me, honestly. Take it out. I like MGS 3. Play on a European Extreme, man. Douglas, this is the North American version of the HD collection. Not that one. Partially joking. It's the HD collection version, North American, Douglas. I see you erased it. So you're like, oh, there's European Extreme right there.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into
But still says 7 and 8.
East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
It's even right now.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings.
And fly. God be with you.
Dun dun.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence.
Glad to hear
Is
it,
that
Fallen
clear?
Vegeta.
This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha.
Good, Vegeta.
Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
On the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Well, good to see you,
I'll be
Vegeta. I'm
monitoring
glad
your
you had
progress
fun
over the
playing it
radio.
and got to beat it. It
Can't
was a
risk
fun game.
violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship.
Thanks for stopping by.
My
Good to see you,
frequency
Vegeta.
is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
It's a snack. Huh. Go this way. Watch this. It won't let me leave without it. What?
Snake, where do you think you're going? You can't expect to proceed with the mission without any weapons or equipment.
I'm Naked
First,
Snake,
you'll
though.
need to recover your backpack. It's caught on a tree to the south.
Come on, man.
Press the action
I don't
button
need
to
that
climb the
backpack.
tree and retrieve your backpack. Is that clear?
Don't need it. Fine, I'll get the backpack. Ugh. Fine. Guess I'll get it. Oh. I still didn't get it. That's right, D-ship. I don't need that backpack. Fine, I'll get it. Ugh. Hey, Destroyer,
I
good to
see
see
you've
you.
retrieved your backpack, Snake.
Yeah, since you made me.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission.
This one,
After you've been
Destroyer,
out in the field
nice.
for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
D-ship, yeah,
Once
who
its
knows how
gear
that
boost
would
reaches
go,
zero,
but
the noise suppression effect will be gone.
be interesting.
So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons,
Yeah,
equipment.
PS5 is the best way to
sweat,
play
or
Destroyer, but
bodily
there's
waste.
definitely some bugs that need
Same
to be
goes for
fixed
bullets
for
and
sure.
cartridges, too.
Agreed.
Your presence
The
in enemy
PC wise,
territory
it's-
is already a violation of international conventions of warfare.
On Steam is kind
There
of
aren't
a
supposed to be
buggy
any
mess.
American soldiers in Russia. It
Fortunately,
could spark an international incident. You can't
I
let
need to work on
anyone
that and
see
get
you.
it fixed
You
ASAP.
can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every
There's
sense
X.
of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement in the affair.
It's okay on there, I
Just have to
think,
take
but
care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so.
they buggy
You've been
mess. It
given a
still
fake
plays
death bill
okay.
for
But
that purpose.
there's some sound
SAS
things and
guidelines
some visual
stipulate
things
that
here and
soldiers
there.
on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Or hopefully
Just
they
take the
do.
revival pill.
They really need
You
to.
mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring
I
you
hear
back.
for this game, Juggernaut, there's
I'll keep
just
it
a
in
couple
mind.
audio things
You
here and
said
there,
this
but
was a
nothing
solo
too bad
mission,
really
right?
for this one.
Right.
I guess that means
MGS2,
I can't
there's some
count on any
visual things that are a little
reinforcements.
off here and there.
The mission rests entirely in
It
your
actually
hands.
didn't play too bad.
A real one-man army.
There's some
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the
bugs
radio.
on some of the cutscenes where they're slower than
I'll
they
introduce
should
them to
be.
you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well
There's
as
a couple
recording your
times on the
mission data.
PS5 version
She's a member
on
of Fox
MGS2
as well,
where
and she's
I thought it was
here on
going
the
to
gunship
crash.
with
It didn't. I thought it was going to
She-
crash.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much.
As an medic who comes in by
That
parachute.
$4.99 donation.
going to tell me your
Right?
real name?
Okay.
Are you going to
I
tell me
got
yours,
you,
Mr.
Peyton.
Snake?
Thank you, Cole.
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week,
Take
no
that.
one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in
Audio
charge
bugs.
of
I can't
recording
remember
your
what the
mission
audio
data.
bugs in 2
Whenever
were.
you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
For one,
So
the
some of it
audio, like
lets
for
me
the high
record my
pitched stuff,
mission
the
data.
audio was a little
That's
buggy.
right. It also records the
Music
state of
sounded
your health.
off. Some of the
to
voices
know.
sounded off.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh.
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your
Playing on
mentor.
Steam.
Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place.
Apparently, some of the
She's going to be
frames per
serving as
second
Fox's
and
mission advisor.
Boss is?
can be buggy.
She also helped me plan this mission.
In the
She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you?
it's
How
working
many
good so
years has
far,
it
but
been?
Boss?
That's
MGS3
right.
is the least
It's me.
affected of all of them.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission.
Hmm.
You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still
What are
so
you
many things I
buying?
wanted you to teach me.
Thank you, Cole, again. I
No.
appreciate it.
I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
think
say
like a
on some
soldier?
of the
I
for
can't
Steam
teach you
on
that. A soldier
think
needs
the,
to be strong in spirit, body, and technique.
the
And only thing you
resolution
can
was
learn
like
from
set down to
someone else is
720
technique.
instead of
In
1080 or
fact,
whatever.
Technique doesn't even matter.
Some weird reason, but on
What's most
console it was
important is
1080, so I don't know
spirit.
why it was doing that.
Spirit and body are like two sides of a single
But it's
coin.
what I've seen as
They're
well.
the same thing.
Wow.
I can't teach you how to think.
Yeah, if you
You'll
played
just have
MGS
to
1 as
figure it
much as
out
I
for
have, and you
yourself.
play it, you can
Listen
just
to me,
hear the
Jack.
difference. It
Just because
sounds
soldiers
off.
are on the same side right now doesn't
Codec
mean they
sounds
always
off.
will
The
be.
music
Having
sounds
personal
off.
feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on
Thank
the
you, Colt.
battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's double
Younger
truth is a
freaking
career soldier.
not.
Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends.
Thank
Only
you.
the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the
Wow.
job done.
You the man,
I don't
man.
think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going
Pretzel,
to live as a
Summerbear, Michael,
soldier
Mariano,
or just
Keith.
another man
I'll do
with
the
a
big
gun.
celebration in a minute.
There's a
Thank you
saying
so
in
much,
Brilliant,
Juggernaut. Thank
loyalty
you.
to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
Yeah, but you can always
It
give
means
them
to devote
Judgment.
yourself
Thank
to
you,
your
Judgment, for being
I
here.
follow the president and the top
Juggernaut,
brass.
you the
I'm ready
man.
to die for them if necessary.
What do you want that to go towards?
The president
Fight?
and the top
Early or
brass
old
won't be there
age?
forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times.
Yeah,
People's
the Pandaverse,
values
Douglas, I've seen
change
some of that
over
stuff. It's
time,
kind of funny.
And so do the leaders
Papa
of the country.
show.
So there's no such
You
thing
bounty?
as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the
Yeah,
times.
sorry, Joseph. And just for those that are here
As
a lot,
long
I
as
guess.
we have
Kinda
loyalty
gives
to the
preference
end,
towards that. But
there's no point in believing in anything, even
can't-
in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's
Juggernaut
supposed to
can't really
think.
choose who it
The
goes
only
towards.
thing we can believe in,
Enjoyed that pretzel,
absolute
Gavin,
certainty,
Michael,
is the
Mariano,
mission,
and Keith.
Jack.
Appreciate y'all so
Right.
much.
But do
Panda
me a
Ghost, I don't
favor.
know what you mean
What
by
is
you
it?
bounty.
Call me
Don't know what that
Snake.
means at all.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. Legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the job. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
Damn, Pretzel, you're here a lot.
CQC.
Nugget,
Close
really?
quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you
Hey,
remember.
Jessica.
After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
And Jessica.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing Virtuous mission. Now.
No. Oh, Jessica, that's great. Commencing Virtuous mission now. Oh, also, on this version, it's the Xbox controls, so if you press and hold circle, it doesn't slit their throat. Oh. That snake just got kicked the F out. From what I understand, at least, if you press and hold circle, don't slit their throat unless if you hit something. I can't remember, though, what that is. We'll have to play with it a little bit. You didn't even know, huh? That's awesome. I'm proud of him, too.
Saving the game, Snake?
Yeah. Gosh, it's so fast.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Haven't seen it?
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test.
Okay, Panda Ghost. I just didn't know. I didn't know what it meant either. That's why I was asking. What's up, Panda?
With giant monsters right about now.
Thank you for subscribing. I
It's just
appreciate it.
make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla
Thanks so much for Panda for
closer to
subscribing.
Tokyo,
Remember, you'll get one life to live. Live it to the max.
everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam.
There
That's
you
the
go.
magic of movies.
Jessica, no doubt.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake.
Is it
Have a
really
little
Godzilla
fun.
Day today? Is it really?
I see you've captured a giant anaconda.
Oh, yeah.
The giant anaconda is believed to be the largest snake in the world in terms of weight and diameter. It's not poisonous, but its large size makes it extremely powerful. They say it even eats crocodiles. Its only natural predator is man.
And snake.
And snake. The giant anaconda is a very large snake, but you should be able to capture it alive using the tranquilizer gun.
Got it. So how does
How
it
does it
taste?
taste?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Glad I didn't disappoint you. So,
Well, the guide says it tastes all right.
good. I'll have to try some.
Cannibal.
I see you caught yourself a reticulated python.
Oh, yeah, I did.
The reticulated python is said to be the longest snake in the world. The biggest ones can grow up to 10 meters in length.
Oh, yeah.
Although they're not poisonous, they're still very dangerous, so be careful around them. They have a highly ferocious temperament, and they can swallow whole, even large animals like deer and pigs. Their most distinguishing feature is the mesh pattern of their scales. This pattern acts as a highly effective...
All right,
natural
Gavin. Good to
camouflage.
see you, buddy.
If you
Good
think
night,
there
man.
might be a reticulated python about, pay close attention to your surroundings. Otherwise, you could get bitten before you even know it's there. It's a
Pretzel,
huge
not really.
snake, but you should be able to capture it alive by using the tranquilizer gun. I'll bet if you capture one
Not
and throw
before
it
this,
at an
at least.
enemy, it'll give him a good scare.
Right. But how do they taste?
Huh?
Do they taste good?
You're actually going to eat one.
Why else would I be
What are
asking?
you asking?
Cannibal.
What was that?
Nothing. Let's see what the guide says. Ah, you're in luck. It says they taste pretty good.
Good. I can hardly
Hardly
wait.
wait.
Ugh.
Right. Ooh. Where is the... I need to find the... Whatchamacallit. Exactly, Jessica. The frog over here. Where's the frog over here? Wando. I think it's up here. I don't remember where the frog is. Maybe it's up here. Hello, Papa. Hello, hello. Oh, there it is. Haha. Destroy, did you? Why no, won't. I figured I'd get a trophy for that. Why no. Our first trophy, Prince Charming. Why no. Oh, Panda goes, it depends on what you're talking about. You have to be a little more specific. Stuff about the movies or what? The frog's over here somewhere. Cole, it ran fine. Like the actual gaming gameplay, it ran fine. It really did. There were just a few things. I don't know what you'll be playing the game on. There was a couple of times that scared me. I thought it was going to crash, but it didn't. But just be sure to remember though, you're going to be using Xbox 360 controls, not because there's not pressure sensitive buttons anymore. It's different there. You don't like let's say if you have the gun, you don't rarely let go of square to let the gun down. You have to press down the L3 button.
Soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
How old am I? I'm 35,
Snake,
Panda.
Your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The
Hey, Gabriel.
uniform option lets you pick
What's
your
up, what's up?
uniform, while the face option lets you change your face.
Yeah, but it
paint.
ran fine though.
Choosing
It was actually
camouflage that blends
on
in
some of
with
the
your
stuff. They actually ran
surroundings will
super
help you
fast because it
conceal
didn't no
yourself more
slowdown.
effectively.
Like the Harrier fight and the Rays, Metal
Also,
Gear
don't forget that anything that
Rays.
moves will stand out in the jungle.
That
If you
just, I mean,
stand up
they
and run
did
around like an
because
idiot,
they're not
you're
pressure
bound to be
sensitive.
spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
PS5 controllers are they're not pressure sensitive anymore.
You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding
PS4 ones I
area.
don't think are either.
The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Okay. Oh yeah, it sure was fun. Well, each other's ears. Hey, Mom Anita, what's up? How are you? Nice trophy. Great to see you, Mama Duda. Yes, Kyle, there are new trophies. You get trophies for this, like the HD collection on PS2, or sorry, PS3, and now this one. Yeah, there's new trophies. So I can get another platinum trophy for this game, which I will get. Forget, I think a 90%, Mama, I think 90% camouflage or higher.
Speak. We won't hand over Sokolov. Speak. Let go of me. Answer me. We won't hand over Sokolov.
You can change the clock, Juggernaut. You can. I double checked. You can. Hey, Tank, it has been a while. How are you doing?
Answer me. If you climb trees, there's fruit. Answer me. Inside fallen trees. Answer me. Bastard. Speak. If you climb trees...
Climb trees, there's fruit. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Ah. That's alright. I saved it, so. I was trying to do the. I'm trying to just to see what all of them will say. Vision mailed. That's what. Hey, Peak Angle, what's up? Oh. You go back and shoot the thing again. Oh well, that's alright. Up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, so Douglas, the alternative method, when you press and hold circle, it actually doesn't slit their throat, which is actually an improvement. You press L3 to interrogate, then you press, then you press L2 to slit their throat. So it's actually better in this regard. Actually better. Yes. Douglas, pretty similar, yeah.
Snake?
Thanks, I guess. Yeah, a lot less of that.
Something there.
Answer me. The crocodiles are ferocious. Speak. Bastard. Speak. The crocodiles are ferocious.
They're ferocious.
Freeze. Freeze. Speak.
Hornets. They're terrifying.
Speak.
Crocodiles taste great.
Speak.
Throw a grenade into a crocodile's mouth.
Speak.
You lousy.
La, 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 la. Oh, come on. Oh, you have it, Mama Nita?
What's going
That's
on?
alright, I don't even care. Let's just go. We're just having fun. Let's just move on at this. We're having fun with this playthrough. Trying to find the
What was that?
and it's good, thank you.
Nothing here.
Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, my day's going good, thank you. Moving on. King say you gotta choose. I like MGS 3, I think, for that to happen. But Kings, that would have been interesting. Yeah, Mom, and if you do that, it'll kill them. I think just throw a grenade in their mouth and they're dead, something like that. Got him. Yeah. What a pudge. Oh, yeah. Of course he knew he was going to. Good to see you, Natalia. What's up? What's up? Hey, Jimmy.
I see you've...
Yeah, where you heard that one.
I
heard that one, too.
I see you've got yourself a Baltic hornet's nest.
Oh, yeah.
Baltic hornets
all right,
are
Natalia.
variety of
Nice.
hornets that inhabit that area. The difference between them and other hornets is that they produce honey in their nests. Inside the nests are larvae, pupa, and adults. You can eat them all. In particular, the honey you find inside the nest is delicious and full of nutrients.
Yeah.
It's easy to digest and helps pep you up when you're feeling tired.
Yeah.
In short, it's the perfect survival food. Honey can also be used as a burn ointment. When honey is applied to a burn, it creates a protective coating over the skin. When you knock down a hornet's nest, a burn ointment will appear along with it, so don't forget to pick it up.
Big Gangs, you're talking about killing the end early, aren't you?
Hornets aren't going to give up their nest without a fight. If you knock a nest down, a large swarm of hornets.
As of right
will
now, we're
fly
fighting
out,
them, though.
So be careful. Snake, that area should be inhabited
Tree frogs,
by tree
baby.
Frogs. The tree frog is a green frog that's found throughout Asia. It's arboreal, spending most of its time in shrubs and bushes. Use the tranquilizer gun to catch one alive. I bet you could scare an enemy good if you toss one at him. But the tree frogs that live in that jungle are a lot bigger than ordinary tree frogs.
They've got an appetite, huh?
Yeah.
You've got a one-track mind, don't you?
I sure do.
But seriously, that is one theory. However, there are people who think it's a mutation caused by nuclear testing and waste from the research facility.
Natalia, you know he wants to.
Do you think they're safe to eat?
Is that all you ever think about?
What else is there?
Lots.
Like what?
Like why a frog would get so big in the first place. Whether it's a temporary phenomenon created by a unique environment, or a permanent mark of evolution, or a product of the toxic waste coming out of the research
The
facility.
Juggernaut, are you playing MGS2 right now?
If it is the waste that's causing it, then it means humans are interfering with the ecosystem. It really makes you think about the changing relationship between...
This isn't interesting.
Oh, fine. Be that way.
So,
How about it?
You mean, is it edible?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's probably okay.
probably.
I don't know. The guide doesn't say anything.
Pretty useless guide, if you ask me.
Well, try one for dinner and you can help improve it.
Oh gosh, Jimmy. Whew, don't want to mess with him.
You should be able to find Siberian inkcap mushrooms growing in that area. The Siberian inkcap is a mushroom from the inkcap family.
How's it taste?
Its life cycle is transitory. As soon as the spores mature, the cap starts to turn black, liquefy, and melt away.
And that's why they call it an ink cap?
That's right. It doesn't really turn to liquid, but you get the idea. In its immature state, before it melts away, it's valued as a source of food. Just be sure not to eat them while you're drinking alcohol.
That wolf sounds tasty.
Ink caps contain coprin, which inhibits the function of aldehyde dehydrogenase. This prevents the body from breaking down alcohol, causing a buildup of acetaldehyde.
Meaning?
Meaning it will give you the hangover from hell.
Oh. Wait a minute.
What?
You think I'd drink alcohol in the middle of a mission?
Wouldn't you?
Hell no.
Well, I'm knocking a shot back now.
What?
Just teasing you.
No.
Oh, come on. Where's your sense of humor?
I need a drink.
Yeah, Pekangs, yep.
Camouflage is an indispensable tool when you're sneaking through the jungle. To use camouflage, first press the start button to go to the survival viewer.
Am I
Then
Dutch?
select camouflage and press the
What makes you
enter
think that, Panda?
button. Select uniform to select battle fatigues, and face to select face paint. Choose
Go leather.
battle fatigues that match the surrounding environment. The most effective camouflage is attained
Yeah,
by
Natalia, because you
selecting
can see my, you
fatigues
can
that
tell
blend
my
in with
height
the
from just me
environment.
sitting here in this chair.
Camouflage patterns that
Hey,
stand out
Yubi.
in your surroundings will attract attention.
I hate you too, Natalia.
Visibility is
Oh,
poor
come
in the
on.
jungle, so you'll be finding yourself in a lot of unexpected encounters.
Come on, boss.
Naturally, this means that close quarters combat will be more important than ever.
So I'll have plenty of chances to use CQC then.
That's right. In proximity encounters, firing a gun isn't necessarily the best response to every situation. It's only one option among many. Rather than taking the time to draw, aim, and fire a gun, engaging your opponent in hand-to-hand combat can sometimes be a faster and more reliable way of subduing him. Besides, in a sneaking mission like this one,
Hey,
it's
Jason
too dangerous
Alexander.
to go around firing your gun. You'll end up revealing yourself to the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You created CQC to deal with exactly this type of situation.
With your help, of course. In a battle situation, you'll only have a split second to decide how to attack. Use the weapon button to attack using a weapon, and the CQC button to attack using CQC. Press the CQC button once to throw a punch. Pressing it multiple times in succession will allow you to deliver a combo attack. But striking your opponent is just one aspect of CQC. It doesn't really start to shine until you've got your enemy in a hold. Press and hold down the CQC button to grab your opponent with your right hand. From there, you can use the left stick to knock your opponent off balance and throw him to the ground. This can be used to knock an opponent out in a single blow.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't press the left stick, grapple with your enemy until you're behind them and can get your knife to their throat. Grabbing an enemy from behind and holding your knife against his throat will render him virtually powerless.
Oh, yeah.
From this point, there are several things you can do. By double-clicking the left stick button, you can slit his throat by using your knife. Move the left stick and press the CQC button to throw the enemy to the ground. Tap the CQC button rapidly to choke the enemy. You can use this to knock him out or even kill him if you do it long enough. By continuing to hold down the CQC button, you can move around while keeping your grip on the enemy. By pressing the weapon button, you can aim your currently equipped weapon at another enemy. With their comrade acting as a human shield, the enemy will be reluctant to attack you.
Natalia, where did that come
Press the
from?
left stick button to press your knife against the enemy and demand information. You'll be surprised at how much you can learn this way. But don't get too complacent. While your enemy may be powerless in your grip, he'll use any opportunity he can to
Did I miss
counterattack.
something? Come on.
You can only use CQC to grab enemies when your right hand is free to grab
Oh,
and
come
pull them
on.
toward you. Snake, did you
Yeah.
take off your uniform?
I sure did.
Yeah,
What's the matter?
just needed to loosen up.
Mom and Nita, it
There's a
would.
naked option under uniform in the camouflage window that lets you take off your uniform. But without a uniform on, your camo index will remain low, and you'll burn through your stamina more quickly. So stop acting like a fool and put some camouflage on now.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Jimmy, no doubt. Yeah.
The gauge below.
Sokolov should be at the abandoned factory to the north, so head in that direction. Sokolov should be at...
Oh, Natalia. I was like, where did that even happen? I didn't even know what you're talking about.
Saving the game, Snake?
We are living in some times.
Snake, do you know the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating a place deep in the Amazon called the Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing. And there was this scene when the heroine is going for a swim, and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater. Oh, I thought my heart was going to stop. I mean, of course, the 3D effects in It Came From Outer Space were a lot more intense.
Ship, of course.
It wouldn't be referring to you.
Yeah, playing European
from outer
Extreme.
space, would it?
How rude! Why do you say that?
Because no one on Earth could be as charming as you.
Fine. I'll just get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water. Just imagine
Hey, Mariano.
those jungle rivers makes me think of you being attacked by a fishman.
I appreciate the concern.
Fishmen aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
Okay.
And don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim, either.
Why not?
Are you calling me a fish man?
You started it.
Calling me a bitch, man. Oh yeah, it's funny how the box really just helps with that. It really does. It does help to knock the flames out. Douglas, oh yeah, she knows she liked it. I don't know.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here.
Why was she saying that, Natalia?
It's pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed
That's crazy,
to any
Natalia.
kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Both of those things don't help anything, do they? Mariano, Juggernaut gifted some memberships. You must have been one of the ones that got them. So congratulations, at least for the next month.
That area is home to the Sunda whistling thrush. The Sunda whistling thrush is a bird native to Java and Sumatra. It's distinguished by its large blue body and long beak. It really stands out in the forest. If you're aiming to catch one alive, use the tranquilizer gun.
Got it. So...
How does it taste?
yeah,
I don't know.
You don't know?
The guide doesn't say. I guess there's no reason you couldn't eat them.
Oh, I see.
But it's nice and plump, so I'm sure it'd make a hearty meal.
That's a good point.
Ugh. Snake, there are rats living in that area. The rats in that area are the descendants of wild Norway rats that were domesticated by humans as pets and lab animals. They're not poisonous, and I don't think they'll attack you. But they're quick little creatures, so you might have a hard time catching one.
So how do they taste?
Snake?
What?
They're rats.
I know what they are. Do they taste okay?
The guide says they're not that bad.
Good enough for me.
Ugh.
Good enough for me.
That area is home to the reticulated. That area. Snake.
Snake, Sokolov is imprisoned in the northeast area of the factory.
Got it. To the northeast.
Yes, and don't engage the enemy. The object of this mission is to bring Sokolov back safely and nothing more. Contact Sokolov without being spotted by the enemy and bring him out discreetly. If you must dispose of an enemy, do it with the tranquilizer gun.
Yeah, I know, I saw that, Peking, so I'll make sure to do that, change that when I'm playing it again.
Snake, as I said before, this mission is only to bring Sokolov back safely. You must not put Sokolov in danger. You're not allowed to contact him during the alert phase.
Period.
Snake, I recommend against leaving the bodies of your victims lying around. If the enemy spots a fallen comrade, they'll realize
Juggernaut,
they've been infiltrated.
thank you for hanging out with us tonight, dude. Great to see you,
When
man.
you kill an enemy, hide the body in the grass or at some other location where it won't be spotted. Stand near a fallen enemy and press the weapon button with no weapon equipped to grab
Thanks
the
again,
body.
buddy.
Hold the weapon button.
Thanks for
and
those
move to
gifted
drag the
memberships,
body.
man. It really means the
Release
world.
the
Thank you,
weapon
buddy.
button to put the body down. Snake, remember that this operation is a
on.
solo sneaking mission. We'll be providing you with support over the radio, but out in the field, you're on your own. There's no backup. And there's no way you'll survive a battle with a large enemy contingent. Avoid engagement whenever possible. Your highest priority in this
Talk
mission
about
is
not the
staying
boss
out of
not
sight.
answering.
Snake, did you find food?
Yeah,
You sound happy.
I am.
Do you know how to eat it? Then let me explain.
How do I eat?
To eat food, press the start button to enter the survival viewer, then select food. Select the food you want to eat and press the enter button. Select eat and you will eat the selected food. When you eat, you will recover your stamina, but the extent of recovery depends on what you eat. When your stamina is down only slightly, you should save your tastier morsels for later. But don't leave food for too long or it'll rot. This is where a little planning ahead goes a long way.
Besides eating food, you can throw it at enemies to confuse them.
I'll do that,
remember,
Douglas.
food
I just thought
is
maybe you
not
could do it
just
here. I
for
couldn't
eating.
remember.
Be creative.
Be creative.
Snake, when your stamina gets low, your actions can... Snake,
All right, Nugget. That's awesome. I know. How do I eat? Pretty funny.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army,
Oh yeah,
and
the coffee
provincial
thing.
authorities,
Yeah.
Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely.
Good night, Sashi. Thanks for hanging out.
Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing.
Ooh, that'll be
here
awesome,
and
Nugget.
use it as
Sweet.
leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Sounds like not only they're updating your hours, but they're giving you a pay raise too, huh, Nugget?
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Please.
So this is the legendary boss. Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
And they are not quick on the draw, are they?
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
Meow.
GRU operatives?
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Huh? Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey, Russ. You too, buddy. Grass or dirt, Natalia.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov, too. Apparently, they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
I'm good. All right, we'll get that trophy. Let me save it first. I'm trying to do a pacifist run here. Hey, Rascal, what's up, buddy?
Do you want to save?
Rascal, talk to me, brother.
Snake, have you heard of It Came from Outer Space?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me already.
So this astronomer sees a meteor, but it's really an alien spaceship, right? And the aliens start replacing the townspeople with clones and forcing them to help repair the ship.
Rascal, thank
The
goodness.
effects were quite realistic.
I've got all the
How in the world did
real
that get
angle
handled?
here in the jungle.
No, you don't get it. Precisely because it's realistic, with the images jumping out of the screen at you. It makes for a nice escape from reality. I have to admit it made my eyes tired, but it was really intense. Unfortunately, they don't make very many of those movies anymore.
When did it come out?
I was still in college, so probably about 10 years ago.
Guess I'm out of luck then.
You know, they're coming out with household versions of video cassette recorders. One day you'll be able to see old movies anytime you want. It'll be like having a movie theater in your own home.
Oh, man.
Really?
It's like if you had a record with movie film etched onto it instead of music. It'll work the same way.
You're kidding.
No, really. And someday they might make movies where you control the characters yourself.
Russ, in which game? This
It'll
one?
happen.
Foxhound
Make sure
Run?
you stay alive to see it, Snake.
Rascal, thank goodness. At least that.
Eat food to recover.
Yeah.
By the way, Snake,
What?
What?
what was that little lecture back there?
Lecture?
You were instructing the GRU commander, weren't you? Something about the first round or his hand?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to mean?
Well, whenever
Well, that's
he put a
good,
new clip in
Rascal.
his
I'm
gun,
glad.
He'd always load the first round by hand, whether there was a round left in the chamber or not. It's a technique they teach in the Middle East. By making sure there's always a round in the chamber, you eliminate the risk of pulling the trigger with nothing to fire. He must have heard about it from someone or read it somewhere. In any case, he probably wanted to try it out for himself. And he was obviously motivated by vanity to show off his new technique. That's when you make mistakes. The battlefield is an unforgiving place. The only techniques you can rely on are the ones you've mastered through experience and practice.
Uh-huh. And what were you saying about him being more suited to revolvers?
When he fired, he was bending his elbow sharply to avoid the recoil. It looked like he wasn't aware he was doing it, but that habit can be either a fatal flaw or a gift.
What do you mean?
Automatic weapons use recoil to operate, so if you don't let the recoil hit you, it interferes with the operating cycle of the gun. Basically, he shouldn't be trying to avoid the impact like that. But with a revolver, there's no need to let the recoil hit you. Just the opposite. Avoiding the recoil lets you reduce the strain on your hand and arm. That kid might just be handy with a high-caliber revolver.
Handy? Are you listening to yourself?
What do you mean?
He's the enemy. Why are you giving him advice? Snake.
I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't help but point it out to him.
Snake, are you all right?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get this one. I saved it so I can reload the save. Problem solved. Series over.
Snake, you can't do that. The future will change. You'll create a time paradox.
PK's, but she has to do it. She has to do what? 1911? I know. Man, this is expertly made. My prince, you talking about Princess Pudge, Mariano? She's doing good. Oh, I actually need to hold on. Actually, let's watch this title screen, because usually once you beat the game, it'll show the Snake Eater thing. Let's see, it's actually a different title screen. I forgot about that when you have saves. Hold on, let's look. Let's watch. I forgot it's different. I've beaten the game so long. Oh, maybe it's not. Never mind. Or is it? Never mind. We'll see it later. It'll pop up in the game in a minute. Thought it was a different one, but never mind. I guess not. What a thrill. Change the future for the better, right?
Eat food. Buy.
Yeah, we watched this already.
To take a rest, all. Snake, there are. Snake.
Snake, stay alert. The KGB and GRU both have their sights set on Sokolov.
They sure do.
GRU is a military espionage outfit, the intelligence wing of the Soviet Defense Ministry's General Staff Office. It competes with the KGB, which is under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and the two are always watching each other.
Never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
Exactly. Now, added to that rivalry, there's a vicious power struggle going on between the Khrushchev faction and the anti-Khrushchev faction.
So Khrushchev is using the KGB, and Volgin and the anti-Khrushchev forces are using the GRU?
That's the idea. The two factions are fighting over Sokolov. We're in an extremely dangerous situation here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Get Sokolov out of there safely. He must not be turned over to the KGB or to the GRU. Sokolov took off in the direction of the rope bridge. Get after him.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Major, have you been able to contact the boss?
No.
You really think it's bad reception?
We're looking into it.
Major.
Snake, you've got more important things to worry about than contacting the boss. Right now, Sokolov is out there wandering around the jungle alone. What are you going to do if he gets caught by the enemy? We're still looking into why we lost contact with the boss. I'll let you know as soon as we find anything out. In the meantime, it's your job to find Sokolov and get him to safety. Got it?
Got it.
Major, do you know anything about this GRU colonel Sokolov was talking about?
Yes.
Who is he?
A most dangerous man indeed. His name is Yevgeny Borisovich Volgin. His code name in the West is Thunderbolt. He's gained a reputation as the most brutal and cold-blooded of the Soviet spy masters. During the war, Volgin was assigned to the domestic branch of the NKVD. He was stationed in the rear of the Soviet line to catch and punish any troops who tried to retreat or desert. He's also notorious for his accomplishments in anti-guerrilla operations in the Ukraine and the Baltic states. Apparently, he likes to boast that he disposed of over 100,000 anti-communists. We also know that he was instrumental in putting down the 1953 insurrection in East Germany and the 1956 uprising in Hungary.
Is that right?
He is truly a fearsome man. There's no telling what he might be plotting. Be careful.
I will. Major, what's this Grand and Design Bureau Sokolov was talking about?
Talk to me.
OKB 812. It's the same type of top-secret facility as Sokolov's own OKB 754. The director is a man by the name of Alexander Leonovich Granin. He's Sokolov's arch-rival, and the two have competed fiercely against
Sofian
each other
A,
since the days
if you
of the
have
war.
no other way to get it,
To hear
then
Sokolov
sure.
tell it, though, the rivalry was really all in
But
Granin's
if you...
head. In any case, Granin seems to harbor an unusually
Oh, the
intense
HD collection, the Legacy collection already?
Knowing that Sokolov was protected under the aegis of Khrushchev.
Wow, you're talking about for this
Granin
specific
threw
game
his
here?
lot with Volgin, the vanguard of the
Then I would say
anti-Khrushchev
those are probably better than this,
Apparently,
as of right now,
Granin
until they
meant to
fix
use
a
the
few
funds
things. But
provided by these opposition
if there's
forces
no other way
in
for
order
you to
to
get it, you
keep
have a
his old
PS5. It's not bad.
Volgin, for his
Especially
part,
for
was
MGS3
intrigued
is
by the
good.
possibility of using the high-tech weapons Granin created in the fight against
They still
Khrushchev.
got some bugs they need to work out.
Thus, the two formed an alliance.
Mostly audio and
and
some visual
Volgin,
things here and there.
Granin's
Mostly
design
not
bureau under his
gameplay
control.
related.
But now Volgin's
But
got
it could be
his sights set
better.
on Sokolov.
Yes, it would seem that he and Granin aren't
MGS3
getting along
overall,
so well after
I
all.
don't think is really that bad though. I think it's mostly a few things that's not really game breaking in MGS2, but MGS1, the analog is not really a true analog. It's got like a digital input, so it's still kind of clunky instead of a smooth analog. And the music, especially the high pitched noises on some like the codec screens, the music, some of the voices is definitely off.
Snake, making it harder.
Okay. A formidable gunfighter. Did they even say anything about this?
Snake, be careful. The way to change between standing, crouching...
La 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 la.
To eat.
Yeah, what? The Kermit piggy banks? Yeah, they kind of look like that, don't they? Oops. Meow. All right, let's go. Jagadelic, baby.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes.
Oops.
The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war?
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go. Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
Russ, I'm sorry, buddy.
My friends.
The pain method, it either goes great or it doesn't. It's either miss.
We will fight with you once more.
Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Oh, really, Russ? Okay, that's fine.
Ah, what a
Try
joyful
Google it,
scene.
Mama Nita.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome
Hey,
to
Rip.
my country. And to my unit.
Billet, I guess overall Billet is kind of not Ocelot, I guess.
What is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Yar.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
There's the pain right there, Russ.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My
Right,
place
Russ.
is with them now.
Erasmus, what's up? Erasmus, you doing good? Glad to hear it, Erasmus. That's great.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Treat those wounds. Here it is. Starro's body right over there. Can't even see it. Right there. Starro's body. I was in the way. Where I am, that's where the Starro's body is. Right there. Alright.
Snake, hurry and get those injuries treated.
Right now?
Snake, hurry and get those...
Snake, what are you doing? Hurry up and treat those wounds. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment.
Yes, ma'am.
Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it.
Got it.
For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound,
Same things you just said.
sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely.
Says it again.
Snake, what are you doing? Hurry up and treat those wounds.
Really?
First, open the...
It does make him look kind of dumb. Alright, fine. Elf. So Carlos. Good to see you, Carlos.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Sure. There they are. There he is.
Shagohod.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Alright, well, I do know. I'm just not too worried about that right now. But yes, I'm aware. Save. Yo, y'all. That sounds off, by the way. That first part right there, that doesn't sound right. Tommy presents this. That seems off.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
I know, right, Erasmus?
I'm still in a dream, snake
So if you, essentially, yeah, we finished Virtuous mission. We're about to start Operation Snake Eater. Snake Eater.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB-754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then? The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a US military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960.
Hey, Lunala.
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Let it out, Snake.
This is Snake. Do you read,
Read
me?
me.
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I
I
did,
got blown
and I
pretty
farted.
far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate
Rascal,
the boss.
good question.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out
Great
last
movie,
year.
by the way.
Oh, must
We
have
watched
missed
that for one of our movie nights one night.
It's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last
Hey,
remaining tunnel.
Beans.
The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie
Douglas, we
company.
watched
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest
The
name to
Exorcist.
use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced
It was made
weaponry when
in
you
the
infiltrate
70s
the
there,
research
Douglas.
facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yeah.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo.
Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Yeah.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
There has
4
been.
days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Oh.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope,
I hope so.
But seriously,
I don't know,
forget
Carlos.
that you were like that until just
I'm
yesterday.
not sure.
In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina.
Got it.
And try not to get yourself hurt.
Try not to.
If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Oh.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use
Hey,
that
Scuba
to force
Steve.
you to
Virtuous
participate in
mission.
this
What's so
operation?
great about this wonderful
No,
mission?
I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
Huh.
Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Right.
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
Got it.
All right.
Right.
Snake, unlike the Virtuous mission, this is a night operation. You'll be encountering nocturnal animals that you didn't encounter your last mission. Some of them are venomous, like the king cobra, so be careful.
How's it taste?
If you get bitten by a venomous animal, the poison will spread through your body and rapidly drain your life gauge. If that's the case, go into the cure screen and survival viewer immediately and inject yourself with serum. Got it? Snake, that's the home to the otten frog.
Oh, yeah.
The otten frog is a large, corpulent species of frog. They're known as a delicacy, so it might be worth catching them for food.
How's it taste?
The otten frog was originally found only on Amami Oshima in
Tasty.
Japan. Frogs usually have 4 toes on their front legs, but the otten frog is unique in that it has 5.
Got it. By the way, you said they were known as a delicacy, right?
Right.
So that means they must taste pretty good, huh?
I guess so. I hear that in Japan, otten frog sashimi and sukiyaki are popular dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Japan, huh? That place is starting to sound better and better.
Better and better.
Yo! You're Snake, aren't you?
Sure am.
And you're Sigint?
None other.
None
I
other.
heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
God, makes you hungry.
Close.
I wonder why.
I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Ah.
I'm the guy that designed your trank gun, active sonar, and
The
motion detector. If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Later.
Do you want to save?
Eh.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Thanks. Hey, Mama Nita. Probably so, Mama Nita. Most likely. Alright, good night, Mama Nita. See you later. Flying squirrel. M1911 A1, 45 auto. In order to put the gun down, you have to press the control stick down. You got to just let go. Marquise, maybe. I don't know though. Especially depending on. Yeah, this is plain Jane. Yep. Not custom. So yeah, let's just look at it. Plan was not custom made at all. Gets the job done, but definitely not custom. There's something about 7 rounds too. Magazine size is 7 rounds. Open the window and press it. I know, Marquise. Have you played it yet? Oh, Dark Blade, really? That's hilarious. So you did those 2 alternate methods right off the bat. That's amazing.
You just heard a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't something else?
I know a horse when I hear one.
Paramedic, are there any wild horses in Selino Yask?
Do you really expect me to say yes?
Well, I'm still have Kyle.
So what should I do?
2011, yeah. A lot of those are not 9mm. The 2011s are mostly 9mm though, Kyle.
It came from the north.
Not a 45.
Be careful.
Kyle, I have one, and it's it has an 8-round magazine. But I mean, you could do different it really just depends. You can just you can get for 1911s, Kyle, for the 45s, I guess, or the 2011s. It's really not just based upon the gun, which some of it I guess it could be. It just depends on the different magazine. It just depends on the magazine. Harassable, yeah. Harassable, yeah. Of course, yeah. I enjoy that. It's fun. I enjoy doing that targets. There's a range I go to frequently. I say frequently. It's been a little bit since I've been there, probably a couple months. But was it like, all right, well, I have to take you sometime. It's fun. Oh, come on, Natalia. Don't hate me. I enjoy it. I mean, it's just, really smart with it and just, I enjoy it.
I see you caught yourself a Japanese flying squirrel.
I sure did.
Japanese flying squirrels are non-venomous, and they shouldn't attack.
Here we go again.
The head, front legs, hind legs, and tail of the Japanese flying squirrel are connected by a membrane of skin, which allows the squirrel to glide from tree to tree. It says here that if it catches a good wind, it can fly more than 100 yards.
Yeah, I had a hard time catching one.
So, aren't you going to ask me?
You know it. How does it taste?
Not sure.
Not sure.
The guy doesn't say anything about it.
Why not?
Gee, maybe it's because no one would ever think of eating a flying squirrel.
Then I must be the first one.
Maybe you are.
Oh, or number 4, you talking about that thing that was on Discord? Interesting, Lunar. He said, "What's it like?" And the thing that I enjoy the most, I mean, I enjoy just the being able to shoot them. But it's really just just learning, just getting more competent with it. Training, doing just 1 on open versus 2. Just working on just different things like doing 1-2 rounds or just doing just 1 round different ranges. That kind of stuff, and just being practicing just really good safety and stuff like that. I mean, all that stuff is just really testing that competence and stuff is just fun. I really enjoy it. But it's definitely not something you got. It's definitely not something you mess around with. It's it's something that takes serious. Anytime we're at the range, everybody's like takes the universal laws of gun safety and all stuff very seriously. It's like certain things you just don't do. It's definitely like well known, and people call you out on it if you don't. So doing, but that usually doesn't happen because people are usually pretty good about that.
Snake, king cobras are making their home in the area you're in now. The king cobra is the world's largest venomous snake. Its large size means that it has a lot of venom to inject. 1 bite is supposedly enough to kill an elephant. And it's extremely vicious as well, so watch out. If you get bitten by a king
Marquise,
cobra and
he starts
injected with
to
venom,
develop
your
the taste
life will
for it,
start
yes.
to decrease rapidly. As soon as you're bitten, go into the survival viewer and use Cure to give yourself a serum injection.
Yeah, well, Rascal, that's just good just knowing
The
yourself
king
that you
cobra's
don't need
diet
one.
consists
It's
mostly
good that
of
you
other
know that.
snakes. Be careful, or you might end up as its next meal.
Got it. So...
What? How does it taste?
Yep.
Ugh. It seems you're the one whose diet consists of other snakes.
You're making me blush.
The guide says they taste just fine. Ugh.
And a rascal, another thing is just, properly having, at the house, machete. I could just see it tell you, with that face number 4. Big ass machete. If someone comes out, she's going to be like riding MGS 2, ricocheting bullets off of her machete. Ching, 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 ching. They do, Kyle. That's what she said.
You can capture animals alive by using the tranquilizer gun or a mousetrap. When you capture a live animal, you can
There
carry
you
it
go,
on you as
Natalia.
a weapon by going to Backpack in the survival viewer. Once an animal is on your person, equip it and press the weapon button to throw it. Throwing a venomous animal at an enemy might be enough to knock him out. Even non-venomous animals like frogs can be used to distract the enemy's attention. And since I know you're going to ask me, yes, keeping animals alive prevents them from rotting and makes them taste better when you eat them. Remember, though, you've only got 3 cages for capturing live animals. When you get hurt, your body will heal itself
Oh, come
naturally
on.
over time. However, the speed at which your life recovers depends on how much stamina you have at the time. The more stamina you have, the faster you'll recover. So if you want your wounds to heal quickly, you should eat something and replenish your stamina first.
Paramedic.
What's up?
Are you a medic or a doctor?
I'm a well-respected physician, or I was until I joined the CIA.
How is your reputation?
My what?
Your reputation.
Oh, that.
How was it?
Marquise, is that
Why?
right?
Don't you trust me?
That's not what I meant.
Fine then.
Uh-huh. So?
So what?
Your reputation. How was it?
My, you're relentless.
Hey, I'm a snake. So?
My reputation was spotless. I'm highly skilled, patient, and good-looking to boot. Everybody wanted to see me.
There you go, Dark
What
Blade.
else would
When
you
I play
expect?
through this, that's what I'll do. If I choose to
No,
fight him.
seriously.
Incidentally, her nickname back then was Quack.
Here we go.
Major.
Is that true?
Is what true?
About your nickname.
No. Well, maybe a few people did call me that.
So you were a quack.
No. Well, yes and no. I mean, in a sense I was, but then again I wasn't.
Snake, her skills as a doctor are beyond reproach. You have my word on that.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say, Snake.
Then why did they call her quack?
It's because she...
Never mind that. It doesn't matter. We've got a job to do and we have to stay focused. Besides, my past doesn't have anything to do with the mission and...
Because she never shuts up.
Yes, that's it.
No, that's not it. Snake, tell him that's not true. Say something.
I'd better get back to the mission.
Yes, you do that.
Just a minute. Snake, don't you hang up on me.
Click.
Treating serious wounds will require you... When you're bitten by... Snake, that area is
Here we
inhabited by
go.
the green tree python.
What I wanted to get.
The green tree python isn't
Pretty green
venomous,
color.
so no
What did I
need to
just
worry.
say?
It's fairly docile too, so I don't think it's likely to attack you. The green tree python originally comes from Australia and New Zealand. It's a really pretty green color, and it lives... Oh my god.
What's wrong?
Snake, what did I just say?
They come from Australia and New Zealand.
No, after that.
They're a really pretty green color.
I thought so. What was I thinking? Seeing a snake and calling it pretty?
What's wrong with that?
Everything. When a normal woman sees a snake, she's supposed to scream or get sick or something like that.
And you think you're normal?
What was that?
Nothing.
It's all your fault.
Jeez, I'm sorry. But enough of that.
What do you mean, enough of that? This is serious.
No, I just wanted you to tell me how it tastes.
How should I know?
Ugh.
It was awfully pretty, though.
How does it taste? Marquise, I don't know, but it's silly. I know, Douglas, how dare she? A rascal, heck no. I do not run with the kyphotic posture, thank you very much.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me.
Natalia.
But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat
he's
her.
breaking
That's
everything.
Not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Alright.
What the hell is this?
Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Suck it.
You'll find a fruit called the Yabloko Maloko
Loco,
growing
what?
in that area.
Diablo, what now?
Yabloko Maloko. It's a Russian name that roughly translates as milk apple. It's a type of star apple. The juice is thick and sweet, like milk, hence the name. And if you cut one in half lengthwise, you'll see a star-shaped ring radiating
Rasp will
out
do
from the
what
center.
now?
Hence the star apple.
Right. The star-shaped part has a gelatinous texture and is said to be especially tasty.
Sounds useful.
You're welcome.
For once.
Did you say something?
No, back to the mission.
For once.
You want to save? Hey, Snake, have you ever seen Forbidden Planet?
No, can't say I have.
That wouldn't
It's
say
about this
didn't sound
expedition
very
that goes
good,
to the planet
irascible.
Altair 4 in an ultra-fast spaceship. When they arrive, they meet the survivor
I don't know
of the
much
last
about it, though.
expedition, Dr. Morbius. Dr. Morbius was exploring the planet along with his daughter Altera and the versatile Robbie the robot. Ignoring the doctor's warnings, the expedition team is suddenly attacked by an invisible creature called the Monster from the Id. The special effects they used for the science stuff were really neat. I wish I had a robot like Robbie that could make anything I wanted it to.
I'm more interested in that invisible monster. If I were invisible, I wouldn't have to bother hiding or wearing camouflage.
I just don't know anything
Maybe
about it,
someday you'll
irascible.
be able to turn invisible.
Doesn't sound good.
That'll be the day.
The Bloco Moloco? Not how you say it. Bloco Moloco. Celebrity deathmatch. Oh man, I forgot about that. How do you say it? Accents on the first day, so yeah. It's Bloco. Bloco. Bloco.
Answer me. Shake the rope bridge. Speak. Let go of me.
Oh, Darkblade, really? Oh, wow.
What's wrong?
What is it on there, Dark Blade?
Speak.
Douglas, I don't know.
When throwing a grenade, if shot. Speak. You lousy.
Brutal Knight, okay. Perfect camo. Thank you, Natalia, thank you. Raindrop. To the northeast, to the north. Gosh, how long ago was that, Dark Blade? Well, that's been a while, Dark Blade. Gee. Been a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna stop here pretty soon. Mariano, I didn't forget to do that. Alright, good night, Natalia. I didn't mean to put PS5 on the title. On the tittle. Not the title. The tittle. I haven't been doing that. Tittle. It's in my description, though. Alright, good night, Natalia. See you later.
Sounds like the Cobra unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Rest will no work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nope, no work
For
tomorrow,
unbearable
thankfully.
torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end. For infinite rage, the fury. For absolute terror, the fear. And for unsurpassed bliss, the joy.
The joy?
It's another name for the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose. During the war, she had a partner named the Sorrow. Sorrow and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair. The Davy Crockett's that the boss took with her when she defected are mortars that fire nuclear warheads. They're named after Davy Crockett, the hero who died defending the Alamo in the Texan War of Independence.
Remember the Alamo.
That's right. The warheads are equivalent to between 10 and 20 tons of TNT. Every building within 150 yards of the hypocenter is completely obliterated. But the warheads the boss had with her were some kind of experimental super bomb. So they're actually even more powerful than that. I don't even want to think about what would happen if she used it again. Snake, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I know.
Snake, what's up?
Why are you naked?
I know there's a naked option under uniform that lets you take off the upper part of your uniform. But without a shirt on, your camouflage sucks, and your stamina goes down faster. You don't get any advantages whatsoever.
Sure there are.
Like what?
It feels good.
Man, you do whatever you want.
I will, thanks. Just one question, though.
What?
Is there a way to take off my pants?
Say what?
My pants, can I?
Oh, hell no! This Fox unit is a nut fest!
Of that. Tomb Raider, I'd streamed the like the Tomb Raider like remakes or whatever, but I've never played the original Tomb Raiders. Don't ever say that being a job. No, definitely not an easy job. Definitely not easy though. That's definitely some hard labor for sure.
Snake, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
I'm in a box.
A cardboard box? Why are you...
I don't know. I was just looking at it, and suddenly I got this irresistible urge to get inside. No, not
In
just
the box,
an
bro.
urge. More than that. It was my destiny to be here, in the box.
Destiny?
Yeah, and then when I put it on, I suddenly got this feeling of inner peace. I can't put it into words. I feel safe. Like this is where I was meant to be. Like I'd found the key to true happiness.
Uh-huh.
Does any of that make sense?
Not even a little.
You should come inside the box. Then you'll know what I mean.
Man, I don't want to know what you mean. Between you and Paramedic, is everyone but me that is hooked up with a Major Strange?
It's not unnecessary.
Yeah, well.
D-ship.
Anyway,
This
I
is
suppose even
interesting
that
and
dumbass
fun,
box
and
might make a decent disguise if you wear it
love
inside
it.
a building.
it's necessary for me. That's awesome, Marquise. Nice. I'm a physical therapist, Marquise.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me. Trapped.
Get down!
Good night, Pekangs.
There is your answer. The name's Eva.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were.
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
.45, huh? Incredible.
That or something.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then?
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohar.
Arkeys hurting the guards.
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse, and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something.
That's crazy, Marky. Whew.
Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information. Nothing more. You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down. What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury.
Good to know.
When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap.
Got
Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Got it. Ugh.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand. We can use this to get to the basement. Damn it, Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go dying on me now.
Alright, sounds good, Marquise. Move!
Move!
Hey, that's all I got.
Where could he be?
Do, donkey, that'll do. Bow now. Bow now.
come from?
I missed. Nice. Oh, nice. Got him. Alright, after this cutscene, we're gonna save it and have to stop for the night. I'm pretty tired myself. Get back to it tomorrow, most likely. Another battery. Nice. Yeah. Talking about the Tsuchinoko? Well, if you want to freak him out, like, no, you ate it. Oh my gosh, why did you do that? Don't eat it.
I've been waiting for this moment. That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy?
It unlocks so dark if you keep it, because it'll escape at the towards the end. You have to go back and get it. But if you have it in your inventory,
stay where you are.
Like in a cage, like it's tranquilized, not killed, and it's in one of those cages.
That's right.
You will get a.
You call that an accident?
An infinity face mask, face camouflage, to where you can have infinite ammo.
Gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me. Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Our fate. Okay, save it. Your fate.
You want to save? Hold on a sec. Snake, have you seen Earth versus the Spider?
Nope.
It's about this spider that suddenly mutates into a giant monster. They bring it into the city in a state of hibernation, but it wakes up and starts wrecking the place.
So why did the spider turn huge?
I told you, it suddenly mutated.
Yeah, right.
Snake, it's people like you that take all the fun out of watching movies.
Okay.
Always nitpicking and taking things too seriously. Honestly, why even bother? Look, the important thing isn't that it got big.
Then what is important?
The fact that there's a huge spider destroying the city. Suspend your disbelief. That's the whole point of movies.
Ooh, sleepy time, that's right. Exactly. Thank you so much for watching. I'm exhausted. Well, thank you to... Oh. Cole Payton with the $4.99 super chat. And Juggernaut with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. You guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh man. Thank you, Judgment, for being here. Mariano, great to see you. Dark Blade, Jason Alexander, Carlos Lopez, Paulo, great to see you. Kyle, Marquise, D-Ship, Pekangs, I think they already left, but D-Ship, anyone else that is around, Douglas, Irascible. Oh yeah, I think we already left. Thank y'all so much. Love you guys. And I will catch you in the next one. But until then, John O'Haver, great to see you. Have a good night as well. But until next time, this has been your host, Pudge 007. Good night, everybody. Adios.